Hi guys, Sanj here and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about deep conditioning. What it is, how to do it, when to do it, why we do it. So firstly, what is deep conditioning? Deep conditioning is the application of product and masking it onto your hair to allow it to penetrate your hair cuticles and nourish your hair. So you will do this mainly through either a mask or oils, or if you want to do both, you can do that as well. So all my Southeast Asians out there, do you remember growing up and having your mom or your grandma basically sit you down and abuse your head by rubbing in oil? That's deep conditioning. So why do we deep condition? We deep condition to nourish our hair and to basically give it the nutrients that it needs, along with trying to recover from any damage that we put our hair through. It helps with replacing moisture, it helps with growth, it helps with dryness. Basically, it is like your go-to problem solver for any issues that you have. So how do you deep condition and how often do you do it? I deep condition once a week. It is like a religious practice for me every week. I use a mask because it just helps and I prefer a mask over anything else. You'd want to be doing it probably once a week if you can. Otherwise, even every 2 to 3 weeks is okay as well. If you want to alternate your weeks of deep conditioning, that's perfectly fine. But the more often you do it, the better for your hair, because it's allowing the moisture retainment in your hair at the same time, along with giving it all the nutrients and the nourishment that it needs. So how do you deep condition? Basically, you will either use a mask or an oil, depending on which one you prefer. Or if you want the best of both worlds, you can do what I do and use both. So I will deep condition using a mask on my hair strands, but then for my scalp, I'll actually use an oil. This is just to help with hydration, especially during cold winters. I get really flaky and really dry and itchy. So using an oil for my scalp really helps, because you don't really want the mask especially going on your scalp. It just adds to build up. I think because I deep condition once a week since I started my transition, it helped with recovering from heat damage so much. I started deep conditioning 2 years ago and I've done it every week since. Generally, if it's a mask, you will deep condition for about 20 minutes to half an hour. And if you use an oil, you can leave it for as long as you like. You can even sleep with it overnight. When it comes to masks, you could either create your own mask by using basic products like avocado, you can use banana, honey, yogurt. There are heaps of homemade mask recipes out there for your hair. It does get a little bit messy because you probably need to use like a blender to have it all mixed well. Or if you're lazy like me, you can just buy a mask. I love the Shea Moisture Hydration Mask. I've been using this mask for about a year now, and it's just helped with the hydration of my curls so much. If you do decide to purchase a mask, you need to be careful of the ingredients. So always read the back to make sure that there aren't any silicons or sulfates. You'd want to try and also avoid any other chemicals like parabens as well. What you'll want to do is firstly wet your hair to allow application to be a lot smoother. You'll then grab some mask and put it in. You'll then probably want to tie your hair up to keep it out of the way. And I usually like to go in with the hairdryer on medium to high heat on low fan. This is the only time I will ever say use heat. The only time. Just go in and allow some heat to get into my hair. This is because you want to open up your hair cuticles to allow the penetration of the mask to occur. It helps with the deep conditioning process. It makes a huge difference. I guarantee you, if you do this, you will actually feel the difference after you've used the mask. Like I mentioned, masks are a bit cleaner. If you do decide to use a mask that is really intensive in its hydration, you could even skip the conditioner if you really wanted to, depending on your hair type. I still go in with the conditioner after washing the mask out, but that's just my personal preference. If you have straight hair or you have really soft hair or really thin hair, you could probably skip conditioning altogether. Oils. So oils are great because they are so natural. I've grown up using oils on my hair all my life. My grandma used to sit me down and quite literally grab some coconut oil, make sure it was nice and warm, and just massage it into my hair. She hasn't been all that abusive. I've heard some pretty crazy stories, or I've seen my cousins go through practically hell when their moms would sit them down and go, with their heads. There are so many different oils out there that you could use. You can try avocado oil, you can try coconut oil, olive oil. Castor oil is really good too, but you only want to apply castor oil to your scalp. You probably don't really want to be applying it to your hair strands. The only downfall with oils is that when you do wash it out, you actually will need to use shampoo. So unlike a mask, which will just kind of run out with the water, to get that oil out, you'll need to shampoo. I only shampoo my hair if I do have oil on my hair strands. Otherwise, it's just my scalp, because that's where all the buildup is. You can buy coconut oil, olive oil, even in the cooking oil section in any store. Please do not come back to me telling me that you've used some kind of cooking oil like vegetable oil or canola oil or sunflower oil. Don't do that. Please don't come back to me telling me you've used those. I will cry for you. When you use the oil, you want to make sure that it's warm when you apply it. Again, this comes down to the fact that you want your hair cuticles to open up and to allow the oil to penetrate your hair. So if you do use some kind of oil, you may want to put the bottle, if it is microwave safe, in the microwave for a couple of seconds, or you just pop some into a bowl or a squeezing bottle, microwave it for a couple of seconds and go in with the oil. You don't want it too hot. You don't want it to burn your skin or burn your hair, so don't put it in for 2 minutes. It just needs a couple of seconds so that when you touch it, it's warm. It doesn't have to be boiling hot. Okay, like I've mentioned, this is the only time I will tell you that you are allowed to use heat on your curls. So if you do use a mask or you do use oils, the heat will just allow your hair cuticles to open up and allow the product to penetrate your hair. This makes a huge difference in the deep conditioning process. You can either use a hair dryer, or you can heat the product up in a microwave, or if you like, you can use a hair thermal care cap. That was difficult to say without tripping over myself. You can purchase this from a website. SanjCurls sells it for about $50. I personally don't use it because I just go ahead with the hair dryer. If you feel that it's necessary or it's something that you can invest in and you want to try it, go ahead. You put it in the microwave like a heat pack, and you take it out and just put it on your head. You want to be wearing like a shower cap or something underneath so that the product doesn't actually go onto the cap itself, because it will be a little bit difficult to wash off. In one of my videos, I talk about research and products and the type of chemicals to try and avoid. You want to avoid any silicones in the masks that you buy. So make sure you read the back or even read the side of the product. And if you see any silicones, I would just avoid it completely. I've stuck to the Shea Moisture masks because they work, and also because I can trust that they don't have any silicones or parabens or minerals or anything in them that will actually be bad for my hair. Again, you can get these one from Priceline, or you can order them online from their online store as well. So that is everything that you need to know about deep conditioning. Doing it once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month even, will make a huge difference to your hair health. It helps with hydrating your hair. It helps with repairing any damage, whether it's heat damage or chemical damage. Certain masks will do certain things. Certain oils will also help with certain things as well. Even if you do it once a fortnight, I will guarantee that you will notice a difference. It may take a couple of months, but as I've said, you have to be patient during this process. But that's everything from me today. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.